Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Olympia Soiree. And as promised, it's time for our happy ending. Still just as creepy, but just as funny as it was when we ended the last part. Oh my god, I know what you're wondering. What is wrong with you? How dare you? It's funny. It's funny because I'm pretty sure we're about to get boned, so we're gonna get happy endings. And also, this is probably the last part of Riku's route where we actually get our happy ending. So it's like, double entendre right here. It's fun. God. On to the awkwardness of having to read this. This is the first time we're going through one of these scenes in this game, so I don't know what to expect necessarily. I know I'm pretty sure this one at least has some, maybe not super graphic, but it's not like, I pounced him and blah, 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 like one liner. It's gonna be awkwardness. But how awkward, sometimes you're like, that's awkward, but it's okay. And sometimes you're like, oh my God, well, make it stop. So we'll see. Whew. All right. But as you remember, we were locked into the bedroom together. And we were like, why won't you touch me? And he's like, hello, because then I won't be able to stop touching you. And she's like, oh, well, okay. And he's like, huh? And now we jumped him, apparently, because the screen went black and he was, what? Oh, right. Start off with the CG. Oh my God. She did lunge on him. She literally threw herself on him on the bed. And he is like, this is amazing. I love this. Okay, I love this because how many times have we said we need a woman to actually take charge? There's always the men who are like, well, I will. I'm awkward and oh no. Oh. Fainting fucking violets over here. And she is like, listen, bitch. Throws him down and is like, you're going to have your way with me. Oh, bravo. The girl has got some stones and I approve. She's rarely done, I feel like, I may once or twice so far in the front have been like, don't be dumb. But I don't think we have, really. I mean, we always have the moment where we're like, girl, stop! But it's kind of like comedic and it's funny and it's not like really... And then we have those other MCs where it's like every single time you're like, I swear to God, I'm going to punch you for being like this. And she just hasn't, I don't think, irritated the fuck out of me at any point so far. No. Like, wow. Wow. Because we're in a fantasy land where, like, she's never been touched, okay? So she should be kind of awkward about this. Understandable. But, like, every other girl is like, I'm a normal girl in the normal world living in 2021. And, like, we're walking and going, oh my God, he looked at me and oh. What? And she's over here like, oh, you wanted to have, okay. And just throwing him down like, all right, bitch, let's go. What? And she's blushed and stuff when it's pertinent and when it fits. And I'm not, like, annoyed about any of the time she's blushed. She's not acting like a dainty fucking delicate flower. It was like, oh my God, he looked at me and oh no, I might melt. Stop it. You're not a fucking sugar wafer. You're not gonna fucking fall apart. Jesus Christ. Oh no. But now she's like, taking charge. Like, finally. Thank you. God. Anyway. I can't wait any longer. And that... Girl. What? You can wait, but not me. This is a perfect time for you to learn self-restraint. Can you really hold yourself back? Oh my gosh, she's antagonizing him into this. Silence. A strange sense of tension filled the air. You must think I'm terribly immoral to say such a thing. Of course not. Of course not, but just get off me, will you? I won't. You don't like me touching you like this? Of course I like it, but... So is there a problem? I just fucking love this so goddamn much. I mean, girl, no means no, but also, like, he's just trying so hard to control himself, and you're like, why? We both want this. And he's like, but I don't know. He's the fainting violet right now, and I just love it. I love it so much. This is what I've just... I I knew I kind of needed this in my life, and here we have it. Thank you. So is there a problem? There is a problem. It's... I silenced his lips with mine. God, this is the role reversal here is just... I love it so much. I couldn't believe I actually had it in me to do this. Riku, I love you. I want to feel your touch, and I want so badly to touch you, too. Girl, you're so sweet and honest. I know you're only doing what you feel is best for me, but please don't assume that I don't want to be with you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that at all. I know. He looked like he wanted to say something. But before he could, I kissed him again. Why are you always like this, anyway? You never say those important things to me, but you'll say them boldly in front of elder sister and the others. Huh? Just tell me to, once in a while. He frowned and responded to me with a sense of embarrassment and despair. Again, this is usually like the woman's role. We're usually like, he silenced me with his lips and, okay, fine, I guess I love you. As we're blushing awkwardly, and now he's the one doing it, and I just like this so much better. Just so much better. We need more of this shit. More of this. I mean, I don't want every one of our love interests to be a fainting violet, but we need more of them being a little awkward and and us being strong, and a little less of us being like, oh my god, a boy walked near me. It's the mailman, sweetie, it's fine. But she's passed out in the bush on the floor because, like, you know, he said good morning. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I expect that if you've never ever seen a man before, but that's never the case. These are women who pass men every single fucking day and live with 6 brothers, 2 dads, and every neighbor in the neighborhood is freaking a man, and yet one looks at her and she fucking passes out. Like she's never seen a man before. I mean, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Come on. There's no way I can say things like that in front of you. It's too embarrassing. Just looking at your eyes makes me confused. You awkward nerd. I love you. He was so adorable that my heart filled with joy. Oh, God. I love him so much. I was so glad that he was my soulmate. I love you. I gently pressed my lips to his again. I like the fact that he's like, I love her and I want to marry her. And you're like, could you just tell me that? And he's like, I can't say that in front of you. It's weird. And she's like, but I was there. When you... Spacey, I so love you. Once more, I touched him just as he touched me under the cherry tree, as if I were touching the most precious thing in the world. You are too bold. Oh, you're not seeming to complain now, are you? With his hand on the back of my head, he suddenly pulled me in, and my heart almost stopped. Yeah. She just pressed all the right buttons. I'm not moaning. You know I don't do that. My body grew hot as he began to devour me. I'm not moaning. I really was stupid. I didn't know until now what a man really was. Girl, what? I tried so hard to keep it off my mind, but... How dare you do this to me? Riku... His hands held me against him with a strength I never expected as his lips violently ravaged mine. Hi. I could tell he would take me for his own and satisfy his desire right now. And this is where, if it fades to black, you're like, okay, I know what's happening and you don't need to, but it's gonna go further and it's gonna be awkward. So here we go. Ready for the awkward high-pitched voices? I'm just kidding. You couldn't stop me now, even if you begged. I'm pretty sure that's a weird thing to say, but okay. I would never stop you. Our muffled sighs grew together as our wet lips felt as though they were one. And here her hair's just... I like how the CG just changed and her hair starts turning blue. It's cute. I love you. No matter what happens tonight, don't you regret it. I won't, no matter what. I wanted to treat you with care, but at this rate, I can't. Riku wrapped his arm around my waist when... What? Your hair... I instinctively held my hair. Of all times! I mean, that's because you're with your soulmate, girl! No, it was because of what was happening now. Probably. Yes, looks like the color changed again. Are you alright? Really? And they say it's unique to those from Tenyo Island, but why now? They say. We said! Not they. We! It's embarrassing, but since he's gonna be my husband, I guess I should tell him. It isn't anything to worry about. It won't cause any harm to you. I took a breath and continued. When I was a child and still living with my mother on the island, she told me that the women on Tenyo Island had a secret. When we found our soulmates and fell in love... Soulmate, as in... me? Yes. We would take on our love's color and strength. What? She didn't tell me much about the strength part, but I think it has to do with my prayer offerings. After all, our lives revolve around worshipping and protecting the sun. As for the color, my hair will go back to its usual color in time. So, I'd be happy if you wouldn't let it bother you. He took in a deep breath. It's going to be kind of fun, because then in every route, her hair is going to kind of change to a different color. It's going to be kind of fun to see that. I like it. That's a nice little, like, added thing that they put in the game that really you don't need. It's kind of completely unnecessary to the plot, really, but it's kind of like a neat thing that you're like, ooh! So, like, now we like playing dress up with Olympia, right? Like, her hair's gonna be a little blue, and like maybe there's gonna be like, it would be cute if there was like a CG where her hair was like actually gloriously blue like his, and you're like, because then we're gonna see her with like red hair, and we're gonna see her with like purple hair, and we're gonna see her with like probably black hair, because Kuroba's black, right? That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. And then like, what's Himuka? I mean, he looks gray. And then like, what's gonna happen with Tokisada? Because he's not really green. He is like other. Because he's from the other realm. Ooh, that's gonna be fun too. Ooh, I like this. Okay, anyway. He took in a deep breath. I couldn't blame him. I also hadn't expected to see such clear evidence of what I was told before. Now that you mention it, it's somewhat light, but it really is my color. Riku gently lifted my hair with his fingers. That alone made the sweet heat from earlier swell inside me. The fact you can make the sun shine is amazing, but this too? Don't tell me you're scared of me. His eyes widened for a moment before he gave me a gentle smile. He's like, yes, but it's just the sex part that scares me. Not the hair color part, but, you know, well, this distracted you, so here we go. I was just a little surprised, and it's strange, but I'm actually happy seeing you like this. It's like a brand. It's like, it's better than a wedding ring. Also, it's a little weird, because it's like like I said, we're like a sex mood ring. Everybody knows when we've done it. Happy? About what? There was a slight pause. It's like a possessive thing right now. CG? Well, something. Oh, hi. Oh, he's taking control now, is he? Oh, he just shoved us down. Oh, girl. Is her leg, like, wrapped around his waist? Good God. Okay. You said it was when you found your soulmate, right? That means I'm your other half. I never expected to hear that from him. It was odd that I was blushing now when I was the one who pushed him down before. To be honest, I thought the idea of a soulmate was simply a fairy tale told to children. I wondered how one could possibly determine who it would be. It was just like him to say so. Okay, sure, we're gonna do the whole soulmate thing, but like, it's really just whoever we love with all your heart and soul. You know what I mean? Because in any other route, he's not our soulmate and our hair's not gonna turn blue. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, and I know you could look at it like, well, it's alternate reality versions, and in each alternate reality, somebody else is her soulmate. But since it all stems from the same point, it's really kind of more pointing to, it's not really soulmate there's only one person made for you. It's my heart and my soul, and every part of me loves every part of you, and that's why your hair's changing. Which is actually more benefiting of the real world, because billions of people and you only have one soul. That's impossible, okay? There's bound to be a ton of people that you could call your soulmate, you know? It's really about the fact that they unconditionally love you and tolerate all your bullshit, and you love them unconditionally and tolerate all their bullshit, because everybody's full of bullshit, okay? We all have some kind of bullshit, but your soulmate is a person who's like, yeah, but your bullshit doesn't bother me, because like, what else? You know what I mean? Whatever it might be, so I'm just saying. It was just like him to say so. But he was right that it wasn't something that could be determined by sight. But now here you are in front of me, dyed in my color. He's like, my color's rubbing off on you. And he'd like to, you know what, you keep going with that. He lifted my hair again, then pressed his lips against it. I felt a tingling sensation run from the top of my head to the ends of my trembling fingertips. And when I first heard you were looking for a husband, I thought it had nothing to do with me. To be honest, I didn't think you were my future husband either. But as time went on, you became someone I found myself searching for each day. I would wait at Kunado hoping to see you soon, and each time you passed me, I felt terribly lonely. I kind of do like the way they've set up all the relationships. Like, oh, hey, we're pals, and like, whatever. Or like, she's totally like not into Akaza. She kind of wasn't into Riku. Like, they were both like, what? God. Oh, actually, you know? I do like, I mean, not necessarily enemy. She was a little more enemies with Riku because he kind of came off standoffish and off-putting. I mean, I still love him, but like, you know what I mean? To her, in her perspective, she's like, wow, kind of a dick, aren't you? You know? And like, Kuroba comes off as like the playboy, like, oh, whenever I flirt with everyone, ha ha ha. And Akaza's like, I guess I'll fuck you if somebody has to. She's like, wow, thanks a lot, douchey robot man. Like, you know what I mean? There's just always like a, huh. And as Yosuke said, you don't think of any of us as men, do you? Like, because she really didn't. So it's kind of nicer. She's not like, he could be my husband. Maybe he's my husband. I want to fuck him. Like, she's not like, she was like, oh yeah, I met a bunch of men, but like, oh right, husband. Right. Okay, well, I better go look for one. Hangs out with all these hot men, totally not even thinking about them like that. I just like the way it developed a little bit better, you know? So, anyway. Really? You really felt that way about me? Bird, stop it! I was so happy that I couldn't even speak. I watched your silvery white hair sway as you left, and I wanted so many times to chase after you and hold you. But he undid the ribbon on my blouse in one pull. Oh. Oh! CG, don't get risque. His slender fingers parted it open, and he kissed my bare skin. Oh, this is where the awkward happens. Okay. My thighs tensed at his sweet, ticklish caress. I felt I'd drown the moment I touched you. Riku. His fingers and lips ran along the nape of my neck, my shoulders, and all across my exposed skin. My face grew hot with embarrassment and a growing desire for more. Will you let me drown in you? And can I plunge deep and be drenched in you? Wow, the phrasing on that. I know that he didn't quite mean it in that way, but like, well, you could take that in multiple ways. Oh! That could be like romantic, like drown in you, I'm gonna plunge deep and be drenched in you. And then there is the like, I mean, I know what's about to happen, and that's like a porn line right there. Oh, Jesus. Yes, drown in me. I stroked his blue hair with my fingers. We can be drenched in each other. Oh my god. Awkwardness. I love you. He whispered in my ear in his usual serious tone. Then his lips began to torment me again. I love you. I love you too. His touch sent waves of heat throughout my body. I could feel myself melting away from the inside. How on earth did I ever believe that I could give you up before? How dare I think I could be apart from you? And there's no way I could. Oh, there's no way I could have done it. He had to think like that back then. Sorry. His words sank in, resonating with my own thoughts from being in the same situation. I love you so much. I couldn't possibly separate myself from you. His usual decorum and restraint were gone. His eyes, his lips, his sculpted body, every part of him was fiercely prepared to ravage me. Please don't make me read that, though. It's no use. I want you so badly that I don't know how to control myself. Are you sure you actually like me? Are you sure I can love you like this? I gave him a tender kiss. Don't make me repeat myself. How can I not want to be loved by the man I love with all my heart? Spacey. He passionately kissed me, and I felt my body grow hot and tense all the way to my toes. You'll find out tonight how much I really love you. Oh, hi. I'll love you with everything I have. And we can drown together over and over again. Riku spread my legs apart. Oh, good God. I shut my eyes with embarrassment, but... My beloved soulmate. I opened my eyes at the sound of his sweet voice. In front of me were his beautiful, glimmering blue eyes. I love you, Riku. Don't you ever let me go again. Okay, so I had to read that line and I was like, just to make sure. Okay, you know what? That's like middle ground awkward. It could have been less awkward. Okay. Could have been slightly less awkward. It could have been far more awkward. It was in that, like, it's a little awkward, but I can handle. Okay. I was just waiting because it's like, oh God, it's going to get. Okay, we just started and it's going to. And it's like, it starts and then it's like, okay, and then we just fade to black. But there's a point where it just keeps going and you're like, oh God. Okay. I mean, good though. Like, if I were reading that myself, I'd be like, my God, this is steamy. I like this. But it's awkward when I have to read it out loud. But no, Brava, I like it. I like it because it gets steamy enough where you're like, all right, you get your brain going and you're like, oh, okay. And then it's like, and then you just fill in the rest with your imagination. Okay. You know, Spacey doesn't have to read all the super things out loud. Like, I like it there. Just even if you stopped it a little bit sooner, but like I can handle like this kind of like, you know, and I appreciate it's done well. I like it. Like, no, okay. I'm glad your hair is returning to normal. It was practically the same as mine a short while ago. I wish we could see that! I want to see that. I wanted a CG with her hair being like neon blue. It would have been amazing. I know I shouldn't say it myself, but it really is bizarre. And now he's brushing her hair. That is so cute. I like seeing your hair in blue, but I love your hair just the way it is, white and silver. Really? I've said it before, haven't I? I like the fact that after we bone, he's like, let me brush your hair. Like, that's cute. Okay. So you just ravaged me all night and now you're gonna brush my hair? Like, shit, this is awesome. I've never seen it this closely before, but it's such a beautiful and pure color. It's actually kind of funny if you think about it. Like that, oh, your hair is so beautiful and pure white, and then it gets tainted when we're getting frisky with our lovers. And then after, it goes back to being pure white. But it's like, it ain't pure white when we not being pure, you know what I'm saying? Like, hair? Rude. My hair is calling me out for getting some action, is all I'm saying. Oh, you're right. I completely forgot. Okay, her eyes are a little too saucer derpy here. Too much. I've liked her in some of the other CGs and stuff, but this one is not. He's beautiful, and it's a cute CG, but like there's an awkwardness in her face, which is how giant her eyes are. That's disconcerting to me. I'm not a fan of her in this one in particular. Most of the time she's fine, and like even in her little sprite, she's cute. Like she's beautiful. But this CG for some reason is extremely like Uncanny Valley doll, like she's gonna stab me. The creepy doll face is. I'm not a fan of it. One thing. Now that I think back, it must have seemed suspicious of me bringing out a comb so suddenly. That's right, this comb. My bluish hair was in tangles. I bet. He had taken out his comb again to straighten it. I also forgot that his comb is meant to be used by women. Back then, I only used it since I had it handy on me. It really wasn't because I had an ulterior motive. He suddenly stopped talking. The movement of his hand stopped too. If you don't mind, can you take this comb? Huh? It's a precious memento of my birth mother's. Aww. Riku! I quickly turned around to look at him. And that's dangerous. Don't turn around so suddenly. I'm sorry. I hurriedly turned back and straightened up. I kept this with me as a good luck charm, but I think my mother would be happy if you used it as your own. His mother. I was ashamed of my assumptions from before. It was a precious comb that connected him with his mother. The birth mother he was never able to meet. Unless, of course, it's too old for you to use. Of course not. Oh, not Lady What's-Her-Face. His actual mom. Okay, wow. Still, cute either way. I could tell Riku was surprised by my reaction. That's actually cute, so it was her comb, and then they're taking her baby away, and she's like, wait, give my baby my comb. You know what I mean? Like, who kept it for him on her behalf? You know what I mean? It's actually nice that when they told him, by the way, Lady What's-Her-Face isn't your real mom, but here's your real mom's comb. Like, you know, they gave it to him. Because, like, some people wouldn't do that, so it was nice of them. I could tell Riku was surprised by my reaction. I'm happy you're offering it to me, but you said yourself that it's your good luck charm. You are my new charm now, so I don't need it anymore. Not that I can keep you with me all day, but just thinking about you should be more than enough. Well, if you think I can be your new charm, then I'll pray that I'll actually bring you good fortune. And by the way, I read in an old book that across the ocean, in a place called Japan, a man gives a comb to a woman when he asks her to marry him. I was about to turn around again. I lowered my head a bit, feeling his light fingers comb through my hair. There is like, I mean, you know there's like a huge thing about the place across the ocean, the magical land of Japan. Which, you're like, game, come on. It's like, haha, magical, but we also all agree that Japan sounds like a magical land. For some of us, we're like, it does sound like a magical place. Sure, if you live there every day, you're like, it doesn't seem as, but like other places probably seem magical to you too. You know what I mean? Like some people are probably, Paris sounds like a magical place. You know what I mean? And people who live in Paris are like, no, it's just a normal place. I'm sure some people think New York sounds like a magical place. You know what I mean? There's always a place that sounds like a magical land to you. But it is funny that this game is very much like this magical land across the ocean outside the whirlpools. And then we got a letter and like, what's going on with that? And they keep bringing it up. They're just like, boo, did you forget that we put a pin in this shit over here? In case you did, here's another pin. And by the time we get there, it's going to be like a bazillion red fucking pins over here. And you're like, it's a pirate fucking flag right now. With how much fucking pins that we put on the freaking, they keep mentioning fucking Japan and the magical land across the ocean and all that shit. And where these other people came from and what's this weird time shit going on. We're going to find out at the end of the game, but I'm just saying, it's going to drive me bonkers deep down inside until I know. And everybody else watching this probably already know because you've already played the game all the way through, or you haven't played it at all. I don't know, and you're figuring it out with me, but trust me, by the time you get to this point, I'm probably done with the game. Maybe not. I might be done with the next route by the time you get here. It's the only thing we're playing for the next few months. Because I've already finished the game that's going up in tandem in this, and we've got nothing coming out until November, at least. I think. I'm guessing. I think it's November. For, is it Cupid Parasite? Is that the next one that's coming out? Like, Idea Factory International hasn't told us when it's coming out at this point. Nobody knows the exact date, but I think there was a suspicion that it was November, so. So, I mean, I got nothing for the next, like, 2 months, so. It's October at this point by now. This might actually be in November. I don't know. Actually, yeah, his route might have gone all the way through October. It's still September right now, okay? So I'm just saying. No, I might be done with the game by this point. It's the fastest I've ever finished a game. Anyway. I lowered my head a bit, feeling his light fingers comb through my hair. I know I have things in the wrong order, but please take it as proof of my love. I wondered what kind of expression he wore in his face as he said it. A happy, beaming, beautiful one? His hair dangling all down, pretty-like. I wanted to look back to find out, but then he'd be able to see my face. I was so happy that I probably looked strange. Actually, yeah, because they drew you kind of puppet-like, so. There's no reason for me not to accept it. I'm glad to hear it. My body tensed a bit as I felt him kiss my hair. It's easy for me to say that I love you, which is why I'll prove my love to you for the rest of my life. Riku, I will become a great leader, and a man befitting of you. I'll love you all my life, and lead this island, and that's my role now. But I've decided to earn the role I truly want in life. Okay, this is like a flashback that actually makes sense, because this was like days ago in the game, and like a week ago for us, probably. I don't know. It was a while ago. It wasn't like literally 2 seconds ago. So this was the role he sought. I wasn't sure how I could show my love in a way that matched those wonderful words. Riku, I'll take the comb under one condition. Huh? What is it? I'll carry the comb with me in my bag at all times, so I want you to comb my hair like this when we're alone together. Is that all? Consider it done. He started to comb my hair again. His careful, gentle touch made me lightheaded. I mean, this is like this is probably one of the most romantic fucking things. It could just be me, but it's like, we go on dates and we hold hands and we cuddle and it's like, when have we ever had a love interest that brushed our fucking hair? And like, why has nobody done this before? Because having your hair brushed or played with or somebody, it feels amazing. Whether you're in love with them or not, it doesn't matter. It just feels nice. And it's a comforting thing. So like when you have someone you trust, like you go to the salon and somebody's doing your hair, but when you're like, oh, okay, you let your kids play with your hair or a boyfriend or your mom or a sibling, like somebody that you trust, like that's like closer to you, like you emotionally trust, not like, oh, I trust that Susan at the salon's not gonna like shave my head. Not like that. But even that, like even when you're like, okay, I'm getting my hair like shampooed, you're like, it feels nice. You're like, this is nice. It's relaxing, it's comforting. So like having a love interest do this is an amazing fucking thing, and why haven't we done this before? And why did I never think that it was something that we needed so badly? Because now you're like, fuck yeah, I just want someone to brush my damn hair. Anyway. That's right. I need to introduce you to my grandfather. What? Your grandfather? I thought there were no men on Tenyu Island. You can ask him about that when you meet him. It's a lovely story that I'm fond of myself. Understood. The lunar ferry no longer sailed the sea between the islands, but I was still able to find my soulmate. A white mouse. Perhaps Daifuku having that hamburger back then was his way of leading me to Riku. Mm-hmm. I tried to hold back a chuckle. Well, especially because he was like, Anyway, he mentioned that he'd like to meet his great-grandchildren someday, but first I need to introduce him to my husband. Great-grandchildren? Well, yes, of course. Someday. I closed my eyes and let my imagination run free. In my mind's eye, I saw Fuso and our child going to Tenyo Island. Strangely enough, the image seemed wonderfully vivid and clear. It would actually be kind of cute, okay? I'm not a proponent of babies and shit. I don't like babies. But, like, you're always like, oh, they only have daughters of the white, only have daughters of the white. But it would actually be really cute if, like, yes, okay, she had white daughters, but then she had, like, a blue son. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, oh, that's so cute. You have little white girls and little blue boys. You know what I mean? They take on, like, the actual, like, traits, or even reverse where you're like, oh my god, we had a son that has traits of the white. That's weird. That's not normal. Hell, even if he was like a light blue, like a turquoise, then we'll adopt Hayuri. We'll have to beat some sense into him first, but whatever. Be kind of fucking cute. Was that the end? We can't watch the thing, because thank god it lets you skip the credits. I hate when you can't skip the credits. Oh! After chapter! Alright. A bridegroom's promise, just in case you didn't see the title card, sorry. Are we getting married? Are we? Oh, we're dancing anyway. I feel like I'm overflowing with strength today. Well, I feel you're overflowing with something, girl. You said it was when you found your soulmate, right? That means I'm your other half. Well, she said they take their strength, so, like, now having the strength of your soulmate's gonna help you do your dance and, like, raise the sun better. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, that's cool. This is no time to be remembering things like that. I've just cleansed myself. Yeah, you can't mentally cleanse yourself, girl. No, I need to focus or I'll be scolded by Lady Amaterasu. My duty is to worship and protect the sun. I took a deep breath and spread open my fan. Are we gonna get the CG of her dancing again? Yeah, so pretty. See, like this, like she has giant eyes and they're slightly Uncanny Valley creepy, but it's like pretty still. Also, like, why are her eyebrows so fucking thin? Could we have, like, girl, could you have actually given her, like, actual eyebrows instead of, like, we just drew a line on there? Like, wow. That's the only thing very weird. My body feels really light. Rather, it feels like my body is surging with a strange new power. Mm-hmm. Lady Amaterasu, please bestow light upon this world and... Oh, look at her Batsu. Huh? What the... Am I dreaming? I quickly took a glance over at the rower waiting for me, but he didn't seem to be panicking. His light doesn't feel unpleasant at all. It's blue and beautiful, just like Riku. No, it can't be. But calm down. I need to focus on offering my prayer. Riku, no. I need to focus on Lady Amaterasu. She has his power, though. You know? I wonder if the light will be a different color with our boyfriends. You know, blue because, you know, blue. Unless I'm imagining things, the blue light is... I mean, the blue light is probably Batsu, which because that's what it looked like. But Riku is blue, so I'm wondering how it's going to play out with the other love interests. You know what I mean? Riku! Good work today. It was a wonderful dance, but he looked confused, and I was sure I knew why. Don't tell me, you saw the blue light too? I did. What a relief. So it wasn't my eyes deceiving me. But I asked my rower, and he said he didn't see anything unusual. It's the same with the others. No one seemed to have noticed. But I could see it so clearly. He looked at the clear, sunny sky, then at me, then at the sky again. Oh, Fuso came by to talk to me, and he said he saw it too. Huh? He gazed at the sky again. His eyes wandered over to Tenyo Island. Wait, could it be that only those from Tenyo Island and their husbands could see it? I stood next to him and looked out at the island. My homeland was there as usual, protected by the swirling whirlpools. I don't know anyone who's wed someone from Tenyo Island, but it seems to be the only thing we have in common. I'm sure you're right. Or rather, let's just assume that's right. My mother mentioned that I'd take on my lover's color and strength, so maybe this is it. I won't mention when exactly that took place. It is pretty embarrassing after all. I could clearly feel Riku from afar when I was dancing on the stage. I was covered in a blue light that made me feel as though we were dancing together. It's actually cute, though. It's like, love! You'll take on his color because you love him, and then it will help you give better power to... I mean, that's actually kind of nice. She's not like, no, bitch, you're unpure and you can't dance for me. She's like, no, take a lover and be stronger together. See? I'm just saying. That's nice. I could also feel the sun burning more strongly and brightly than usual. Oh, so your global warming's problem. Thanks a lot. My soul sensed what the others couldn't see. She's gonna melt the fucking ice caps, this bitch. The sun's flames flickered like the way they were dancing. Could it be that there's another reason besides having children that the women of Tenyo Island found husbands? It's like sometimes they don't want to be alone? Like, I mean, sometimes having a companion's nice. And what is it? Is there something bothering you? I'm sorry. Riku, you remember the condition I set when you gave me your comb, right? Do you mind if I add one more thing? You can add 100 more if you like. Please stay by my side and love me forever, and I'll do my best to earn your love all my life. Is that all you wanted? I already planned on doing so, but hadn't you? I could feel my body getting hot. The sight of him pouting like that was adorable. He's like, I was already... Oh. My soulmate was so kind and sincere. I'm sorry. Of course I love you, but I just wanted to hear you promise me. Promise. Riku fell deep into thought. Ooh. Oh, okay, girl. I'm gonna need... She's like, you're staring at him with giant eyes. I have a favor to ask of you, too. My god, he's so gorgeous in the CG, though. Look at him. He does have kind of jellyfish hair, though. You know, because it's like it goes halfway around that it's short, and then like it's like long, and it's like so weird. It's really weird when people do like the bang thing, and it's like halfway around your head, it's short, and then it's just like long, kind of mullety in a way. It's the weirdest. I mean, I love him, he's gorgeous, but it is very weird when you realize that, like, your fringe goes halfway around, like, you've actually got bangs, and then you've got, like, the, you know, side bang area that's, you know, it's supposed to be the layers, but it's not supposed to be, like, halfway around your head, and then you have this tight... A quarter of your head is long, and then the rest of it's all short, which is just bizarre, but I still love him, but it's jellyfish-esque. He does have some shorter layers on the top there. It's not bad as normal jellyfish hair, but it actually doesn't look bad in the CG. He looks goddamn beautiful, though. I have a favor to ask of you, too. Huh? I almost fell back from his sudden approach. And can I have this flower of yours? My Iroha flower? You already gave him your Iroha flower. I'm going, God, I need to stop. Ever since Lord Fuso shared the story about the lunar fairy, I've had this strange longing for white mice and white flowers. Daifuku is our white mouse, so if I can have your flower, it will prove that I'm your husband. Contrary to his serious tone, his eyes and the corners of his mouth showed his embarrassment. Of course, he's an awkward little panda bear, and I love him. And can I have it as proof of our promise to each other? I took the flower off my cap and handed it to him with tears in my eyes. I will be by your side and love you forever. Me too. I will love you forever. I had a number of roles to fulfill. I kept the sun shining and I delivered letters. And now I'd stay forever by his side. I'm not sure if this is the right time. No, I'm sure it's the right time. I was really happy when you praised my Tamagome dance. Huh? Oh, that's... After all, no one had ever been so direct in telling me that they enjoyed it. Now that I think about it, it must have seemed so childish to say so. You saw me for who I really was back then, which is why I am who I am now. I'll never let you go again. Ever. Oh, this hurts my heart. It's so pretty. No matter where you are or what you look like, I promise I will love you forever. And I won't let you go either. Our lips came together again. How many times had we kissed since that night at the bathhouse? I wasn't entirely sure. My precious soulmate. I was sure the sun would continue to shine brightly in the sky. As long as we kept the vows of this flower, I knew it would last forever. Okay, like... The romance is such a slow burn. You know what I mean? Treasures! Is... Oh my god, look at... I've never... Okay, but like... Look at their little chibis! Oh my god. Look at little angry chibi Riku in the drawer. I want them. I want little figures of them now like this. It's so cute and Kuropa's so happy and like... Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so cute. The duck is a little uncanny valley kind of creepy right there. What's his face and this little mouse? It's his mouth. How about... I'm thinking the... What was that mouse's name? Paris. Looks like was Paris eating a fucking like an ice cream pop. Remember? Tokisada liked ice cream pops. But like, okay, so wait. Why? Okay, that's short stories glossary. What's the difference between glossaries and short stories? That's the glossary. What's short stories? Wait, what? These are different. Introduction, Riku. Oh. Alright, well let's do these. Okay. Introduction. For what purpose? To keep cultural records of Tengu Island residents. Understood. I'll do what I can to cooperate. Well, the funny thing is because in the glossary it called everything short story, but it wasn't a short story, it was literally just a glossary. My name is Riku of the Blue. I was born on July 15th. I believe my astrological sign is Cancer. My favorite food is hamburgers. My favorite place on Tengu Island is... Let me see. I suppose it's the Blue District. For pastimes, I suppose I read in my spare time. I also enjoy cleaning as well. It's satisfying to see a place kept in good order. Oh my god, he's literally fucking Hijikata if he writes poems out. I don't know if I can count this as a pastime, but I don't mind fishing either. I used to spend a great deal of time fishing with Akaza. And the soap I use is a scent of plum blossoms. That sounds pretty. I suppose I like it because the Blue District is full of white and red plum trees. Now, I believe that should be enough, and so please excuse me. What? And that was too short, but... Huh? What? and the other said their favorite place on this island is her hideout. That's right. I should have said the same. Can't believe I overlooked that. I apologize, but allow me to amend my answer. Please add my lover's hideout to the record. You know what's really funny about that? The others said their favorite place is her hideout. Yes, my lover's hideout. So, are we everybody's lover? Wait. Get down. Get. Don't you dare. No. You do not go up there. You know better. Good boy. Yeah. That's why I yell at you, because you fly up on my fucking cabinets and then you poop in my fucking kitchen. You're not allowed in there. Sorry, but I'm not going to let him on my cabinets, because then he gets on my cabinets, he takes a shit on my fucking counters, and it pisses me off. Like, stop it. I don't know why he keeps doing it. He's a fucking asshole. Like, I love him to death. And he is mostly good, but he always does this. He flies and lands in it. It's like, you get yelled at. You get, no, and clapped at, and you don't like loud noises, and yet you still go in the fucking kitchen and land on my fucking counters and get fucking yelled. I don't understand. You're so good normally at doing what you're supposed to, except for that, you idiot. But I love you. Anyway. Are everybody's lover? That's weird. Anyway. No, I didn't leave it out because I forgot about her. I'm unaccustomed to expressing my feelings in words. Really? How can she even love me? No, we're still doing the introductions. Well, her hideout is very comforting. It is sunny, well ventilated with a spectacular view. It's just, you see, it's not that I dislike going there. I really do think the place is wonderful. But going there, well, the reasons for going there, no, this really sounds highly unscrupulous. What I want to say is, he's so fucking awkward, I love him. If I go there, it is impossible to simply leave straight away. And please don't ask me what I mean by that. In any case, it's my own fault for being unable to restrain myself. I absolutely am not going there just for that purpose, I assure you. I go there to see her. Even so, I can't seem to leave there empty-handed. My body remembers how she's... Wait! Don't record this! Alright, the next question is, what am I confident about? I'm confident that you are so fucking awkward, I love it! Stop it! Stop. Stop screaming. Nothing. I'm shorter than Akaza. Everyone says I look like a woman, not to mention I'm cowardly and thoughtless. Oh, you're beautiful. The list goes on. Yes, I am truly a man with no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Stop it! No! You know, you're normally good, but you're being a jackass right now. Do not fucking shriek like that. Stop. You can play nice. You do not scream. Little Bird does not want to play with you right now. Stop being a jerk. Given all this, I really don't know why she chose me. Not that I'm doubting her love. I simply need to do better, that's all. And next, my childhood. I miss those times. I remember I used to love going to the Red District to play. People always kept an eye on my manners in the Blue District, but in the Red, Lord Jigen... No, he let me play to my heart's content. Which is why when I heard Lady Reno wasn't my mother, I was unable to bear the truth and confided in Akaza. He never said a word about it and still treated me the same, despite knowing I was the child of Hazushi. I've yet to repay that debt. I am sure Akaza will become a fine leader on this island. I only hope I can assist him when that time comes. Lastly, what part of a woman do I like the most? I would have to say her hair. It's lovely and soft and silky to the touch. Her pure white hair is no doubt beautiful, but seeing it dyed the same color as mine is even better. No, wait! Leave this off too. And this is difficult. Even when I try to talk about myself, I keep thinking about her. It's the same as when I'm at my post, waiting for her to come by and... Wait! That sounds like a dereliction of duty. Cut this part out, too. He's so awkward! I love him! Still, my heart races when I see her walking toward... What am I saying? This sounds more like an introduction for her rather than myself. Forgive me, but please just keep what I set up until the soap part. Yes? I beg you. I humbly beg you. This is so good. These are fun. I wonder how many there are. We might not... Okay, behind me. Let's see. There's 30 stories. Okay. Huh. Well, we'll read this one too, and then we'll go through our... But let's go back. So then that's... Movies is probably like the beginning and endings. Now they're all gone. Wait. And then you go to glossary. And when you go back... This is the one. Oh, 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 oh. I saw Yosuga at one point. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to go back by accident. Look, there's a... Oh, that's Himuka. I was like, that's... No, wait, that's not us. It changes every time. Oh, look at how pretty that is. There's Yosuga! I like how they're all in different spots, and then they just, like, change. Okay, Akaza has never been in any of these. There he is! I love how it just randomly changes, and it's not like it's Kuroba, Tokasada, and Riku all together. It's just random who shows up. That's adorable. I love it so much. Anyway, let's go back to short stories. And we'll read behind me, and then we'll see if there's anything after his bad endings. It's just the bad endings one is probably going to be very short. You know what? Let's read behind me after the bad endings. Because I have a feeling the bad endings are going to be very short. And I don't want to... Like, we need to go through... Oh, we get some bad ending photos. Or he could be... There's 5 photos missing. Let's see. Left, right is to switch. A is more... What's A? Oh, okay. Can we hide the guide, which is Y? A is more. Oh, I hate that. 2, okay. Because I want to be able to do this, but I hate when it... Okay, we're just going to leave the thing. I hate when it automatically switches. I wish it would just go back to the original instead of A goes back. That's not what it should do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that A goes back. A shouldn't go back. You know, but... Oh, whoops. Alright, we'll just go back through here, okay. Whoop. Okay, we already saw this. So anyway. That one is so beautiful. I think this might be my favorite one of him. It's gorgeous. I love it. That one's also beautiful. But, like, good lord. I think that one only had 2. Yeah, god damn it. I wish it would... that's the only thing I hate is when it says more, and then B is back, but A is actually no. Instead of just not skipping, it, like, goes back to the beginning. I don't like that. I wish they wouldn't put that in. Because I want to be able to see the things and then skip to the next one, and it be seamless, and you can't do that when it's changing. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, look, her hair started changing color. It looks a little pink there. Hold on a second. No, okay, it's just the lighting. Like, it just all of a sudden changes blue. That's really pretty. Okay, this next one has some. Oh, yeah. Oh, that automatically switches to this. Huh. They count that as, like, the same CG. That's interesting. The sexy CG. And then her hair's... Like, oh, that's the untying the ribbon. Okay, it was literally just the ribbon. I was just like, oh my god, what the hell, game? Yeah. I like how they do, like, the light effects on some of them, and it's like... He is so beautiful. That's a pretty one, too. You know. But of course, this one is my absolute favorite. Because you know me, I like the ones where I like to have... I mean, I don't mind ones where the MC is in them, but I don't like it when every single CG is like love interest and the MC. Because I just want to have a couple where it's just him being beautiful by himself. You know what I mean? Because, like, I just need that. Especially because sometimes, like... The main character always has giant fucking saucer eyes, and sometimes you're like, okay, they don't bother me, and sometimes you're like, they do. They're like, that one of her, you're like, this would have been a beautiful CG, but she's slightly disturbing with how creepy her face looks, and I don't, like, you know what I mean? I was like, I just want to see his beautiful face. But then if they drew her without an eyeball, I mean, and obviously sometimes she has to be in it, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. You don't get a kissy CG if you don't have a love interest. Kiss if she's not in it, you know what I mean? But like... But I still want ones like this that are gloriously beautiful with him on his own. Petting our mouse. Sounds weird. And, like, the lighting on this one's beautiful. There's also a hamburger, which is kind of funny, but... Anyway. That was Riku's route. So we will do the bad endings in the next part. So technically we'll finish This was our happy ending. We got several happy endings. We'll do his bad endings. And we'll get those other CGs, and then we'll read any other short stories that have unlocked. So that one's at there, but if there's any other ones after that, we'll read those. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.